Hello everyone and welcome to a very special Memorial Day stream. So you're probably wondering, so what are we doing? Well, we're gonna Americify this thing, I guess. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well today. And even if you don't celebrate Memorial Day, say you're in a territory of the world that, obviously wouldn't celebrate it. I hope you're having a good day anyway, as we celebrate this fine day. Also, I find this very ironic here, because it's not even sunny outside. It's 9:03 p.m. It's not sunny. Anyway, we're going to start off by me getting this horribly wrong, and let me explain why. Anytime there is an Alaska round, it is either Anchorage, Juneau, or Ketchikan. I'm gonna place my money on Anchorage, but I know I'm gonna get it wrong though. Watch. It's Ketchikan. And here's the reason why I get it wrong so often. It's because all of the rounds look the same, so it's very hard to distinguish which one is which. Unless I see a sign that outright says Anchorage Gift Shop or Ketchikan Commerce Point or something along those lines. It's just really hard to actually discern which is which, Anyway, I don't think I've ever had this one before. Maybe I have, I don't know. Anyway, another thing. Tomorrow's the final day of May. Yay. Yeah, and, something else. Something that had occurred to me, yesterday, and I wasn't streaming last night, because, I typically stream every other day, so, I'll definitely be streaming Wednesday. I'm going to be doing some more Prey. And, tomorrow, if I remember, I'm going to upload my, City Guesser stream from Saturday and tonight, tonight's stream to, YouTube. Anyway, also, if you hear anything in the background from my microphone, it's actually my fan, because I turned it on. Anyway, so... yeah, so, and I'll also be doing a live reaction to a special Sega thing going on this, Friday. You're probably thinking, well, wait, what about that State of Play Sony's going to be doing? I would normally do that, and I'm thinking about doing that, but at the same time, I don't want to stream too often to where I get burnout. It's one of those things that any streamer is gonna feel every once in a while if they stream too much. Anyway, now that we know where this is, I can confirm without a doubt that this is Raleigh, North Carolina. I don't know why I said it like that. Raleigh, North Carolina. Wait, what? How did I... How? Oh, I know this one. Come on, I've seen this place in Grand Theft Auto 5. And San Andreas, which I have. This is Santa Monica Pier. Here we go. Oh, and this is Lloyd District in Oregon. I've had Oregon quite a few times, so I know what I'm getting myself into. I know these parts, even though I've never been to Oregon. I bet it's a nice place, though. Anyway, now, where is the place I literally just said? Oh. Hey, nice. 22 homes. Okay. Anyway, I'm fairly certain this is Jackson, Colorado, or Jackson, Wyoming. It's probably the Wyoming one, though. It is. Boom. Ooh, we got Clearwater, Florida. I've had this one a few times, so in case you're wondering why I'm getting so many of them right, it's because a lot of times whenever I play this, either for practice or on stream, there'll be things that I've actually seen before, so don't be surprised. Oh, this is San Francisco. It's gotta be. It just screamed San Francisco. It's saying, San Francisco! That was right there. I was close though. Okay. Oh, another organ. I think. I want to say Salem, but I'm not sure if it is Salem. Salem? Albany. Yeah, I had the right idea, it's just I didn't watch the video long enough to see where I was. Anyway. Yeah. Cat's Vanpool. What? Oh boy. Oh. I just tossed my phone where my cedar chest is and it landed behind some pillows. You know what? I know this is gonna be an idiotic guess, but I'm gonna guess New York on this one. I just had that gut feeling that it's gotta be New York, right? Like somewhere in Manhattan somewhere. Motherfucker. You. Oh boy. Where's Long Nine? Okay. I lowered the volume on the mic a little bit. I thought it said ooh. But this is West Virginia, or if you're dyslexic, West Vagina. And in case you're wondering where it was, it is more than likely going to be Morgantown. right? So, here's a fun fact. Where we're at right now in this round is near the University of West Virginia. Only, that ain't the only University of West Virginia. There's another campus in a place called Beckley. And so what'll happen is I will have these rounds where I'm near the university, and sometimes I'll guess right? And the way how I'll be able to guess correctly on this specific one is because of that arch-looking building that you would see at the very beginning. Because that is in Morgantown. I've never been to West Virginia personally, and so at first whenever I was playing this game for the first time and getting to know it, I didn't know that. But now that I know about it, every single time I have this specific round right here, I know which one it is. But there will be other times that it will show University of West Virginia, and it doesn't even show the arch, and so I'll guess Morgantown, and it shows Beckley. So then there are other rounds where I'll be in Beckley. Wait, no. I'll be in. Yeah, No. I'll be in West Virginia near the university, and so I'm led to believe that it's Beckley. But it's Morgantown. You see the problem here? It's because apparently this state thought it was a good idea to have not one, but two different campuses for the university. Anyway. This might be Hawaii. Or it could be San Francisco. Wait, yeah, it is San Francisco. Because they have a little Chinatown place. In fact, there it is. Chinatown. I actually got that one. Oh. And this is El Paso. I know this one for a fact. Please note, I've never been to El Paso. I bet it's a nice place though, but yeah. Sunset Heights. Yes. Oh. Okay, I'm not really upset. Omaha! Bitch. Ooh, snow! You know, I have a funny story about snow. Only, by funny, I mean terrifying. And I've talked about this on stream before, but to anyone who's new and may not know about this, like, about my specific story, this involves the Great Winter Storm of 2021 that knocked Texas's power out for roughly 30 or so hours. I vividly remember that like it was fucking yesterday. And you want to know how I remember it so well? Because it was probably one of the most traumatic experiences ever. And I'm not just talking about, you know, having no power for over a day. I'm talking about the aftermath, okay? So, let me first talk about the experience as it went along, leading up to us eventually getting our power back. So it all started, you know, overnight. I was still asleep, and I woke up, and first thing I noticed is, why isn't my fan turned on? I didn't feel any air blowing on me. So I turn to my left, and I see that my alarm clock is turned off. I should note that I don't use my alarm clock as an actual alarm, I just use it for a reference for time. But it was turned off. And sure enough, I look over at my computer, and like, so the only things you would really see that are showing any kind of lights whenever my computer is turned off are my monitors. And bear in mind, at this point, I didn't even have my gaming monitor, which, I'll actually show you right now, while I'm talking. It's, actually a Walmart brand one. It is, this one, actually. So it is actually this monitor right here that I got, earlier this year, actually. It's a really good monitor, too. But, anyway, that's besides the point. On my monitors, the way how I'll know if, how I knew that the power was off is that I looked over at where my computer would be. Of course, it was still there. No one took it. But, when my computer is turned off, my monitors would have, well, at the time I was using an older monitor that used DVI, and that one would have a yellow light, meaning standby, meaning it wouldn't turn on until the computer turned on. My main monitor, which is now my secondary monitor, it would have a blinking blue light. Whenever the computer is turned on and the monitor is on, it would be a constant blue light. But I noticed that the lights weren't on. And so I look in front of me because that's where my TV would be. And there's no lights from that either. Not on the actual TV itself or my cable box. And I immediately thought, oh god, the power's out. Is it just out in my room? So sure enough, I exit my room and everything is out. There's no power. My papa's still at home. And next thing we know, we're in a power outage situation for roughly 30 hours. So all throughout the day, we stayed inside for warmth with what little warmth we had. And as the day progressed, we started, like, you know, we had hope, you know. But as the situation went on and on and on and on, we got a little worried. Especially me. And the reason why I say that is because later that day, like the night leading up to the next day, I literally was so terrified of the fact that I might not even wake up because of how cold it was. Now granted, I was covered by my bed covers and stuff, so I was plenty warm. But just imagine that for a second. Also, I'm gonna guess Charlotte. I don't expect to get it right. No. But here's the thing then. There were people making memes about Texas and the fact that we had our power turned off because of the storm. It's not because of the snow either. It was because of the insanely cold weather that we had to deal with. By the way, I should mention, Texas doesn't have snow very often. In fact, it's so rare that it's every several years or so that we'll have snow. Like every once in a while, every couple of years we'll have snow. In fact, the last time before last year was, I believe, in 2011 or something. So like about 10 years at that point. I should also note that we also had snow this year, but we actually were prepared. I say were as in, we Texans aren't really prepared, or weren't really prepared for that kind of weather. The reason being is because that kind of wintry weather where we have snow and ice and all that stuff is so rare that we don't really have to prepare for it just because of how rare it is. So, of course, having no power for 30 hours straight or so, it got me worried that night when the power outage was still going on, because I was afraid I wouldn't even survive. because I was afraid that I would have like hypothermia and die from it. Of course, I woke up the very next day feeling still cold, but you know, still surviving, barely, I guess. But that's how frightening that situation was. And of course, the next day we actually did get our power back. And here's the problem. We weren't prepared. And again, like I said, the reason why we weren't prepared is because Texas really doesn't get snowstorms very often. In fact, hardly ever. Alright? Now, the fact that it happened this year, exactly a year after last year, that's just, you know, chance, you know? But the thing is, though, the fact that people made memes about Texas not being able to handle the weather last year. Now look, you could argue that it's just people having fun in the internet, but I want you to realize something. I'm gonna get away from this real quick. Yeah. Not so funny now, huh? 246 people, and this is just the official death toll. So there could be unconfirmed reports. But as it stands, and this is the official death toll here, 246 people died because of that snowstorm. And you know what the most frightening part about that is? A wide majority of them are likely either elderly people or people who had to have medical equipment, likely due to COVID-19. So, to those people who made memes and jokes about, oh, well, Texas clearly can't handle the winter, fuck you. Okay? Of course we're not equipped to handle that because we hardly ever deal with it. Okay? Now, the people up north, like, you know, Michigan, Ohio, places like that, they're obviously more equipped for that because, you know, they have it much more often, so obviously they'd be able to handle it. But what about us Texans? Now, luckily, this year, we were able to handle it because since that outage, we did, in fact, have our power grid upgraded. But of course, I was still doubtful as to how much upgraded it was. So when the snow actually came back this year, I was a little worried about what was going to happen. Luckily, we didn't really have any power outages. In fact, almost none. But seriously though, the fact that people would make jokes about Texas and how the entirety of Texas, I want you to realize this. It wasn't just specific areas of Texas that had an outage. All of Texas had this problem. Okay? Not just a few counties. Every single nook and cranny of Texas was affected by this. And I get that to some people, oh, well, 246, that's kind of sad, but that's not that many. It could have been prevented had Texas already upgraded the power grid by then. Alright? Had they have upgraded, or at least, you know, kept the power grid in check, you know, during that snowstorm last year, that could have been avoided. Okay? So, to anybody who made any jokes about that, I want you to realize something. People freaking died because of that. Because of that snowstorm and how cold it was, the power grid got knocked offline for over 30 hours. At least, that's from what I could gather. It felt like over 30 hours. I could be wrong. But, seriously though, don't make jokes about something that actually was a serious situation.